And if we had more people and more men in these households and women that decided not to have and separate themselves from their baby daddy and chose the wrong nigga to fuck with, if we had more men that actually stood on masculinity instead of acquiescing over into these attitudes of these women that's telling you what to do with your own fucking resources, then we would start to get the results and you will be able to separate the real from the fake and you will have a better result in the community in itself. But until we stop pity patting and making people feel good about their badass decisions that they know that they did, and you start forcing people to say, hey, listen, if you want this over here, then you're going to have to cross this threshold. Until you start to have that, you don't get results. And that's the thing that I learned from my community service is that most people look at you as a sucker. Most people look at you as a sucker. They look at you as a person that they're going to take advantage of until they don't have no other opportunity. Then they're going to move over to the next person. So the more you give your resources and the more you give your time, the more you basically throwing your pearls to swine. That's what you're doing. Like and so until you force people to take accountability, and shaming works. Shaming works. Whoopings work.
No, it doesn't.
Whoopings work. Accountability works.
No, it doesn't.
Absolutely works.
Drop the statistics that beating your kids' ass, whooping your kids, and shaming people works out for their greater good.
All right, so I'm gonna drop my statistics.
Please do.
I got 3 brothers.
I got my ass toe up.
Y'all are his millions. So whatever he says, you're gonna.
None of them had children out of wedlock. None of them is broke.
Real people.
None of them is divorced. All of them are still married. We got the results as a family, as a community. We don't fuck up ever.
That makes no sense.
We don't go to jail. We don't fuck up. We the blueprint for what success looks like.
I think you're the first black person that I heard that say that spankings don't work.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Hold on, let me make sure I'm getting my shit right. Like screenshot what I'm saying. Right. Whoop your kid's ass. I hear you.
That's what's missing in society today. Kids don't get their ass whooped.
That's why they don't know how to fucking act now.
Fair to ride.
Do you not think it would be more beneficial if the poor people or the people that are struggling and wanting to get better, why don't you advocate that they help themselves and each other and come together instead of...
Where have I advocated?
Well, what I'm saying is, like, you know, when we see these situations, or, you know, you didn't like the 83% number, but, you know, however many single...
That's not a real number, right?
However many of them are struggling, why don't we advocate that these struggling people get together? You know, that community, everybody wants generational wealth.
So just compound poverty.
We don't. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Why is that not an idea to think about? Because when you put these single mothers, why aren't they thinking about, hey, why don't we roommate together? Why not we get a
mothers make up the whole population of black people, and why black kids is poor. Like I hear.
So do you want solutions, or do you just want to?
But what makes you
be a solution?
We are not bringing solutions
together. They can put their children together, and they can live in a household. If you had 2 incomes, it's better than 1. So if 2 single moms are friends with each other, both have children.
And no one negates any of that stuff. What I'm saying is for y'all to be realistic. Like, people are born into their situations.
And is it not realistic that after being born into your situation, how long are you going to keep blaming your situation that you were born into until the circumstances?
You're the fact I'm born into this situation, not until I'm able to get to myself to be self-sufficient. Am I still in this bullshit? At the same time, the world still is worlding.
So
right?
From the point that you become self-sufficient, why are you still blaming how you came up?
So I asked you what age was that? You didn't agree to an age.
Because I said it's different for every baby. Some of us
17 and signed contracts. Are you considered adult at 18 or 21?
Some of us have moved out at 16. Some of us moved out at 17. Some of us moved out at 18. So what I'm saying is, it's different for everybody, but I am not a monolith. There are multiple hundreds of thousands of people, no matter your skin color, that come from a background of poverty and struggle. And I'm telling you that at whatever age that you are able to get out of that household that you're in, that is your decision, and you can make a life for yourself better than what you came from. And that has nothing to do with anything else.
And they do that by getting help.
No, they don't.
No, they do that by working.
No, they don't.
They do that by working.
How can I get help at 16, 17 if the whole family
exactly.
is
so I'm asking you, What age were you when you was able to get out of
I moved out at 17 years
Okay,
old.
at 17, you was able to sign legal documents, you was able to rent, you was able to purchase and get a loan or anything?
I went to college. I went to a university.
You went to college at 17?
I was a freshman in college at 17 years old. I went to a university.
So you was living on campus then?
I was not living on campus.
I
worked 2 full-time jobs. That's what I'm saying. Are you telling me, sir?
So no, you
let me finish.
Let me finish. Full-time job.
But you gotta let her answer the question.
So I was 17 years old. I got 2 full-time jobs, 13-hour shifts. I've been working the exact same career field because if the people on the panel know, I'm planning to be a doctor. I've been working in hospitals since I was 17 years old, whether that be under them or in the reception office, whatever it was. I had 2 full-time jobs in between full-time classes. It is possible. Do I get a lot of sleep? Probably not. No, 4 to 6 hours is a good day for me. So what I'm saying is you're going to have to do sacrifices. You're going to have to work. But to say that you need help or outside sources is a lie. I have no co-signers on my apartment, no co-signers on my car. I did all of that by myself.
Where were you able to rent an apartment? I just want to know, where were you able to do that?
That's none of your business. Who did it?
But I'm trying to see where you can purchase at 17, not purchase. Where
Who said purchase? Who said purchase? I said I had an apartment.
I corrected myself and said rent.
Roommates. You, as long as you have the income
to come roommate. So somebody helped you pay the rent.
Nobody's helping me pay my rent if there are 2 bedrooms and we each pay our own bills. What are you talking about?
But you came together with somebody so you can save on your rent.
Okay.
Okay.
What point is that? What point is that making? What point is that making?
Because y'all sit up here and say you gotta get it from the mud.
One second.
You can't get no help, but if you move in,
so working 2 jobs means nothing. So working 2 jobs means nothing. Going full-time means nothing. Right?
You're just playing.
Right? I taught myself how to drive though, but that means nothing. So all the things that I did by myself, right? But really not, because then you're reluctant.
You are a person that is responsible and absolutely dedicated to your grind. Most people will never be able to relate to the things that you and I do or the dedication that you put in. And they're going to say that it's privilege. They're not going to say it's hard work. They're not going to give you no credit for the sacrifices that you make. They're not going to say that you're not sleeping. They're not going to do none of that because they put that same amount of energy into the bullshit that they do on a regular basis. But you decide that you want to put it into something productive. You don't get no love because you're winning. And winners just keep winning. And losers ultimately blame winners for winning. And then they blame you for ultimately not coming back and giving your time, even though you lost sleep. And so they'll never, ever be able to relate to you. And that's why you got to divest yourself from the culture. It don't matter where you came from. It don't matter what your story is, how much you dedicated yourself. You literally on a pathway, and you should be the blueprint of what women are operating like in the Black community, and they will shame you and rebuke you for it. And you're going to have to understand that it ain't based off of your skin color. It's based off of the culture. The culture is toxic. They are literally infected with a disease in their mind to believe that they're right. They think that they're right. They think that it's just based off of their circumstances. And when they see somebody that remove all of the excuses, they just call you an anomaly. They don't look at you as the blueprint. They don't look at you as inspiration. They don't give a fuck about you.
Let me finish. Hold on. Let me give one thing. Like, you're displaying why the people who do great things in their community don't go back and want to go help. Because when somebody tries to give you examples of solutions and remedies to how they should fix those things, come on, can you like pause and stop talking for a second? Like you're displaying why people don't go back and explain what they need to do to help themselves, because they get back and they try to help people and say, hey, this is what I did. They get attitudes or they just don't do it.
What the fuck do y'all think y'all doing up here talking about this fake 83% people? So you want somebody to listen to the violin of bullshit y'all talking, but y'all don't give a fuck about other people? Pack it the fuck up.
No, what are you arguing? What are you arguing? What are you arguing?
What are you arguing? Y'all sit up here and then y'all caress y'all egos. Oh, queen, we don't do this.
What are you arguing?
You talk more than you listen.
That's why none of that shit y'all talking is about nothing.
You need to learn to listen more than you talk.
Can you not hear me? What are you arguing? Like you're just saying things. You're just talking.
That's what this whole conversation is about. I'm not arguing.
You're not having a conversation.
I'm going back on
it's not
the
about
shit
that
y'all talking
it's not
about.
about
And
that.
none of
It's
y'all
not
have
about
dropped facts yet. I'm still
You're
waiting
not
on
having
it.
You're not having a conversation. You're just splurting things out. And as soon as another person gets out 2 words, I haven't even. What are you responding to? I didn't finish the statement.
So what they were saying.
Wow.
You was over in the corner. You wasn't even engaged in the conversation.
The thing is, Shorty, I'm listening. See, relax. Shorty, you don't even know me. Stop being disrespectful.
And you don't know me, and I'm not being disrespectful. So don't try to come for me if you don't want to come for somebody to come to you.
Hey, look. So the thing is, that's the whole thing with Democrats, the Democratic Party. It's a whole excuse. I didn't say you were. I'm talking. Excuse me.
Please.
It's just an excuse party. You know what I'm saying? An excuse party on why we can't win or why they can't win, and to throw a pizza party for everybody. You know, like to say, oh, we hate the winners, we're down, we can't get up. Like, no, do it yourself. You're talking about we're privileged on this panel. Baby, I worked for my privilege. Both my parents are dead. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people work for their privilege. You can't just say, oh, y'all are privileged, so you don't understand. So we understand, but it's not our job and it's not everybody else's job to help people up when the help is there. You keep saying, like, they don't know. People know, just like Anton was saying, people do the things that they want to do every day. They go out to the club, they get their liquor. If they really wanted to be in college and go do something else, they really could do it. It's not like nobody's out here. It's nobody in the world over 18 that just can't get in college. You can go to a shelter, you can go get it's some way to get help. It might take a couple years. It may take 5 years, 10 years, but if you want to get in college, as an American, there's plenty of ways to do it. So let's stop caping and acting like people don't have choices. People got a lot of choices and they just not choosing the right ones. So don't come at the people that's choosing the right choices acting like we choosing the wrong choices. No. Holla at the people that choosing the wrong choices. Because it sounds like, because to be honest, you don't seem like you choosing the wrong choices, but I don't understand what you arguing so hard for. It's like you going so hard for it. It's like,
you talk back to me? I'm just checking.
Yeah, I think he was talking to you.
I know he was. I know how y'all look.
The thing is,
the thing is, like for real, this shit's gotta be.
No, you're trying to do it. I'm not with that, especially not with women. I'm not gonna jab at you, baby. That's not what I do. I'm not going. I ain't gonna do all that.
I appreciate it. But you said a word,
especially not with no girl. Especially not with no girl.
I'm a woman. You use the word help in your statement, and that doesn't sound like that's the same echo chamber up here. So I'm confused.
As far as which part?
Help and they ain't pistons. You said it could take someone a little bit more time, but they can get help. Where up here did I say that I don't support what y'all saying? I understand that are people that take advantage of the system and we need to call them out. But I also understand that are people that need and benefit from the system to help them out their situation. For y'all to be black people and act like you can't see both is baffling. That's what I'm saying.
It's not that we can't see both. It's not that we can't see both.
Here with these niggas.
It's not that we can't see both. It's the fact that the options are there. The options are there.
That y'all up here like this. It's the
fact that the options are there. It's the fact that the options are there and they are not taking them. The fact is the options are there and they're not taking them. I got my GED when I was 16 and I was in college at 17. If you don't like high school, go to college. You can do it as soon as you get your as soon as you turn 16. If you really want to go to college, you'll find a way to go to college. It's not a
no one said that they couldn't. They got to meet the requirements. That's all I said.
But they got to do
the military is also an option too.
They got to do the work. You got to think.
Right, but college is not for everybody. It's a select percentage of people that want to go to college. There's entrepreneurs. It's people that are here that are going to work for people that own their businesses. Like, I understand that. Like, come on. But
so
I'm talking about the percentage of people that y'all talk about like they ain't shit. And that is crazy to me that y'all talk like this.
They not shit. And the point is, the reason why they don't feel like they not shit is because of people like you with that rhetoric. We need to treat them like they not shit.
No. Cowell,
we need to treat them like they not shit.
Cowell, you wrong.
Okay.
They not shit. They not shit.
That's what I said.
We don't realize that.
That's what I said. They not shit. But the reason that they feel like they not shit.
You never met somebody in your life to where you just knew that that nigga gonna be a serial killer. Like that nigga just an ain't shit motherfucker. It's some people in the world that just ain't shit, and you just gotta dodge and weave your way out of their life and make sure you don't be with them. Like it's some people that's Tupac and Juice. He woke up that morning and said, listen, I ain't shit. I ain't never gonna be shit. And as soon as I decide that you ain't shit, then you dying with me. It's people in the world that just ain't shit motherfuckers. And we sitting here acting like everybody can be saved.
No one said that either. No one said that. Listen, the ecosystem, it's got to be poor people. We as individuals that support certain things and ideologies, we just want to make the wealth gap a little bit shorter. We want to close it up a little bit, make it a little bit more equitable. But y'all don't believe in that, and that's cool. There's a lot of people in America that think like y'all. But I'm up here to say it's a lot of Americans that want better. They're in their situations, they want to do better, and they stagnant. That doesn't mean they ain't shit. That doesn't mean blaming on their parents and all this other bullshit.
See, that's the thing. You're trying to close the wealth gap instead of trying to focus on how to get more wealth.
The only way that you can save me, only way you can help your community is by saving yourself and by fixing your own situation and picking up the trash on your own lawn.
That's how you
listen, bro. Listen. This is the reality of it. Some of us at some point, when you go in there and you try to save these people, they're gonna drown you too. I'm telling you. I feel that. I'm telling you, when you drive through there and you think that you helping them, they looking at you as food and they're gonna follow you home and rob you and kill you.
There are some people that do that, but not all.
And y'all gonna have to be careful of who you align yourself with and thinking that you're gonna be the smart one and you're gonna be the one to save people. People gonna have to save themselves. They have the same opportunity as you. They chose to do something different. And now they want to tax you. They want to take your resources and they want to kill you as a result of it. And they look at you as the enemy. People look at you as the enemy when you become successful, especially when they look like you. They hate you. Most of the time, they hate you more than they hate other people that they never even met before. If you become successful and you find a way out, they're gonna be looking. It's usually the ones that identify closest with you that'll try to pull you down. It's just the facts. And so I need y'all to feel like y'all don't have no obligation to do anything. Most of the people that I've seen, and I got probably over 9,000 bag chasers right now. All of those people at some point hated me because of what I said, but at some point they realized that they had to do it for themselves. And that's why they with me, and that's why they bag chasers today. Is because they realized that they did have the ability to do it, and ain't nobody have to do it for them. It's all up to you. You got, as long as you're in your right mind, if you got 2 hands, 2 legs, and you in your right mind, that's all you need, bro. All of this extra shit, closing a wealth gap and stuff, that's talking points for politicians. That's bullshit. We the biggest consumers. We spend more money on stuff than any other culture, any other race, or any other group of people. And we sitting here talking about closing a fucking wealth gap. Put your pocketbook up and stop spending money on shit to impress people that don't give a fuck about you.